What's up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again, guys. We have a 1998 Tide Ricky Rudd Ford Taurus from Racing Champions in the studio today. Naturally, the packaging doesn't stand up on its own, so we'll be doing a review on it kind of an alternate way without the rotating base doing the circle thing. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and hop to that. I'll be right back. All right, folks, here we go with today's diecast review. One of the most overproduced diecast in history is probably the late 90s Tide cars, because back in those years they made a megalodon. I mean a megalodon of diecast. Well, pretty much every store carries Tide products, right? So it would make sense if they wanted to put a couple of these diecast near the detergent aisle. And inevitably, they made a massive amount. So, huge W for Tide supporting NASCAR diecast collectors back in those years. But just, there's a boatload of these floating around, so no harm by opening this up. But it's a really cool packaging design. I mean, check this out. It's got 1998 Tide Racing Collector's Edition. Got the 50th anniversary logo. What's crazy is that at this time, people were like, oh, the 75th anniversary is going to be, you know, a gajillion years away. Well, it already happened in 2023. Just a simple plastic little bubble dome here. Surprisingly, it's actually in pretty good shape considering it's a very overproduced car. It's Racing Champions. There's a slight tint of discoloration on the cardboard here. Maybe it's supposed to be like that. I'm not sure, but the plastic doesn't look yellowed. Check out the artwork on this thing, man. I mean, fantastic stuff. You got the car right there. You have kind of the fade graphics. You got the Ricky Rudd signature. Just really, really cool, man. And look at all these stats here. You can pause the video if you'd like. You could check it out. But, I mean, just it shows you the NASCAR victories he had at the time, the pole wins. So, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and carefully open this up. I'll be right back. All right, folks, here we go with today's diecast review. So, one of the unfortunate things about the Racing Champions cars is, number one, the diecast molds are heavily inaccurate. Let me just show you a 1999 Action Winter Circle Ford Taurus. You tell me which one looks more like the racetrack edition. I'm just keeping it real. You know, and here's a year 2000 one. 98 to year 2000. Look at the difference. This is a Hot Wheels one, by the way. You tell me which one looks more realistic. It's absolutely crazy. So another thing about these Racing Champions diecasts from yesteryear is they were usually made with significantly cheaper quality in terms of the paint, clear coat, the decals, everything with it. And you could see the decal cracking all over the car, which is really a shame, right? So you can see it pretty much on all the decals here. There is lines through it. That is decal cracking. And fortunately, many of the Action Winter Circle diecasts haven't had any of those problems. It's mainly on the Racing Champions ones. And I've seen it on some Team Caliber, I think 124s as well. So we go over here to the hood of the diecast. You have Tide, America's favorite, right there. What's interesting is the orange on the car doesn't appear to have any decal, or not decal, but any paint cracks. But the decals do, which kind of makes it weird because the paint on this thing is fluorescent, right? The general thing is the brighter the paint, the easier for it to crack and wear over time. That's what I've noticed. But with these decals, even some of the darker ones, like the blue right there, you can see a lot of little squirtly lines through it. That is decal cracking. Go to the front of the diecast, you have Taurus right there, number 10. Again, it's a very goofy looking diecast. This is why I was never a huge fan looking back at the Racing Champions cars, because they were just really all over the place. But they did make some cool different diecast, you know, sets and stuff, which I thought were amazing. My favorite thing they ever did was probably the rain delay diecast from the early 2000s, where they actually made the car had a little fabric not window net, but a tarp that would go over the diecast, and it usually had like the paint scheme on it as well. So it'd be like Jerry Nadeau or not Jeff Gordon, it'd be like Ward Burton or something. Really cool stuff. Got STP 76. Go to the left side of the diecast, and to me, these cars look more like Hot Wheels cars than Hot Wheels NASCARs, if that makes any sense. Like, these things look like they're like a chop top, giant tires. They just don't look proportioned at all, in my honest opinion. So you got the number 10 right there, Exxon. You got, what? I don't even know what half these decals are. That's crazy. You got Mac Tools, Tide, Downey, Dawn. Got I think that's week here. I could be tripping on that. You got NASCAR race car, NASCAR 75th anniversary, Western Auto Clavite, True Value, Moog Rebestos RCA goodies. You can barely see the Goodyear decal there. I don't know if that's just a factory oopsie-doo or it's faded over time. You got Ricky Rudd, B-Post decal, which has Ford, AC Delco, and something else. Go to the back panel of the car. I mean, just look how crazy this diecast look, guys. I mean, not even no tail lights. They have headlights, but no tail lights. I don't know if that was mandatory in 1998 for the NASCAR Cup Series. I mean, you can't see it from the little packaging here, but I imagine they had tail lights. Maybe they didn't. Who knows? Got Tide right there, number 10. You got the Ford logo. Go to the right side of the diecast, and again, more of that decal cracking. Unfortunately, this is going to happen to probably all diecast at some point. It's just a reality. But you know what? You can try to get the best quality ones, and they'll last longer. The Racing Champion stuff, not only is the decals cracking, but the metal they're actually made on is very fragile. So I'm usually a lot more skeptical about these cars more than any of them, because I feel like if you handle them wrong, it could break. That's kind of how I feel. The windows look pretty darn good, to be honest with you, which is kind of crazy. You would expect the plastic windows to be probably the worst thing on the car because, it's plastic, it's so cheap. But it doesn't appear to be the case. Go over here to the deck lid of the car. I mean, look at the lines right there. And it's kind of fascinating how, like, the lines that crack on the decals, how they just kind of go wherever they want. It is fascinating. I could see something like this actually being popular in the years to come. Damaged die casts. A lot of people like collecting, junkyard cars. I know I do. But I could see something like this in the future. Cars that are just absolutely riddled with decal cracks. I could see those actually being kind of, I wouldn't say popular, but something as a novelty certain collectors would like. Because they look, they look vintage. They look worn out, which is pretty cool, I guess, if you want to. But yeah, these late 90s Racing Champions cars, I'm just going to be honest with you, I don't really own many of them because the decals are aged, the car bodies are so funky, but they made a massive amount of these things. So I don't know if it's only this production line that might be aged this much. Maybe some of their other Racing Champions editions, maybe they got made with a different batch, right? Maybe they got made with a higher standard quality. But from what I can tell, these cars, no matter their year, are all going to end up this way from the Racing Champions line. Here's a 2002 Ricky Craven, and unfortunately, the roof decals, you can see the yellow, there's some lines through it. It has the same thing. This car was made, 4 years later, and it's already starting to, do its thing. So that's unfortunate, but it is a part of diecast collecting. But I love these Tide cars, man. There's so many amazing paint schemes. I wish they were a weekly sponsor back in the sport. My favorite era was the Ricky Craven ones. 2003, that car was just absolutely amazing. It's a shame they never made the normal action mold for that car because it's my favorite, the Pontiac from that year was just one of my favorite all time. They only made that Jerry Nadeau club car, I think. That was the only Action 164 production of that diecast mold. But, the Ricky Rudd era, the DW era, there was just so many of them. And you got to include the Scott Pruitt era, too. We can't forget that one. Thank you all for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a blessed one, everybody. Diecast Buffet. Signing off.